Hello everybody! Welcome in! Gosh, everybody's here like super early. This is cool. Welcome Chaotic, Lilana, Dempsey, Anarchy, William, Benjamin, Squarebreaker. We are just starting, so you haven't missed anything. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody in America. Jenny, welcome in. Yeah, I assumed maybe because of Thanksgiving there might not be as many people today, but we're here, we're going to do it anyway. And we're off to a good start, so this is great. Alright. So today I thought we'd take a little break from the pinup I was working on last week, and we're going to work on some Summoner Wars characters because I have a deadline to work to. So I've got to get these done anyway, and I thought, why not just share the experience with you guys. Piero, welcome in. Piero says, make a sketch of a hedgehog, please. Can't say I've ever drawn a hedgehog before. Not really taking requests, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. William says, I got some new sketchbooks and pens today, so I'm going to be drawing alongside you. Awesome. That's great. Hey, Esther. Did I say that right? Esther. Oh my god, I'm never going to get it right. Jordan, hey man, how you doing? Alright, so this is the new faction that I'm creating for the board game Summoner Wars. It's called the Eternal Council. Everything's been approved so far, so I just need to take my sketches and ink and colour them. So I've already finished this one. She is an ancient scholar. So I don't know a whole lot about the Eternal Council, but apparently they're a mix of races that have previously been drawn for the game, but also some that have not been created yet for the game. So they're all kind of like a mix of different factions in one. So we have a Tundra Orc ancient scholar here. And yeah, so the color scheme is going to be the same throughout. I might change it as we go along because this is the only one I've done in color so far. But I want them to stand out from the rest, so that's the most important thing, is to make each faction somewhat unique. And this is a pretty generic kind of magic user faction, so there's nothing like super duper different about them, but they use like telekinetic powers, so I'm going to try and... I'm pretty happy with the magic effects here. They're pretty different to everything else in the game so far, so I'm probably going to keep going with that. But yeah, as for this color scheme, we might change it a little bit. The color scheme has been approved though. Yeah, Jordan, I go pretty well. I've been for a dog walk with Goose, and that was quite nice, and I've had breakfast and I have coffee, and now it's time to do some work. So the question is, which one should we work on? So I've already inked these. I don't think we'll work on them though. That's probably the weakest one of the lot. There's always a few that are like weaker, unfortunately. You know, can't be happy with everything, but reasonably happy. Okay, so what have we got? We've got 4 to choose from. Now I'm going to show you through, and I'd love your help in deciding which one we ink and color today. So let's have a look. We have... the names are a bit interesting, so I don't make the names. Dominus Ovi, this interesting bird-like character. She is from... what is she from? She's from... I can't remember what the faction's called. Hold on. Where are they? The Avians. That's right. So I did a faction called the Avians, which are all these bird people. Which is actually more fun than I thought it would have been, actually. I think the weakest one was probably the first one I did, which is this, unfortunately. It's okay. It's okay. But I think after that, I kind of hit my groove with that faction. I really like this one. This one's cool because it's very unique. peacock. The hawk, yeah, I really like doing the hawks. Actually, this is probably my favorite one here, just because the pose is just really fun and more dynamic. But yes, so that's the avians, little sneak peek there. Let's get back to what we were doing. We were deciding what we were going to work on. So we've got an avian. We also have a dwarf, I believe. Yeah, a dwarf, and he's holding like a magic puzzle box thing. I don't know what it does, but that's what I've been told to draw. And I think he could be fun to do. We have a warrior of some sort with a magic sword. The sword is going to be completely made out of the same magic as that you saw before. Oh, thank you, Anarchy. Appreciate it. We have this. Now, this is for an upcoming faction, so I kind of had to come up with it on the spot. They're basically goat people. It's okay. It's okay. And this is the summoner for the faction, which is a little bit rough because I needed to test like the color. There we go. Turn the color off. I just slapped some color on there to figure out kind of like what the scheme would have been. So yeah, old lady wizard lady. All right. I guess we're gonna have to do a poll. So what I'm gonna do. How can I do this? Can I move this? Come on. I'm trying. Oh, it's not really going to work. I just want you to be able to see the names so that we can... That's not going to work really, but... Hopefully you can read the names of the 4 characters. So we've got... I can't even point to you. We've got this one... Everything from here on. So we've got Dominus Ovi, Enigma Scholar, Mind Knight, Mind Scout, and Praefectus Edia. All these names. Alright, so let's make a poll right now. Give me one moment. Dominus Ovi, Enigma Scholar. What's the next one? Mind Knight. Very curious what you guys are going to pick for me here. Mind Scout. Oops. Oh, no, I pressed OK. All right, cancel that. I got to do it again. That was too soon. Too soon, guys. We're going to get this. It'll be way easier if I can get a poll going. Oh, now I can't do a poll. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Dominus Ovi. I wish I had somebody else to do this for me, but I don't. Alright. Enigma Scholar. Just talk amongst yourselves. Have a look at the thumbnails while I do this. Mind Scout. Oh, okay. I can only have 4. Oh, that's annoying. The poll can only have 4. Oh, why YouTube? Why you do this to me? Okay, well I guess there's probably one I don't want to work on, which is the Mind Scout. So we're going to ignore him. We're not going to have the Mind Scout. We're going to have Praefectus. How do you even spell that? Edia. Alright. That's spelled wrong, but you get the idea. Okay, here we go. Poll. We got there in the end. Oh, you were about to press Mind Scout. Oh, sorry. He's probably the least I'm excited about at the moment, but... You have 4 to choose from. Team Dwarf. Oh, Eftha. Yes! Is that right? If I'm saying your name correctly, please let me know. Efta. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I really want to get it correctly because you're always in our streams and I'm so bad at names. What have we got so far? Everything's on 0. No votes. Come on, guys. Cast your votes. All right, Mind Knight is at 50%. Mind Knight. Wow. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. That's not what I was expecting at all. Let's go through them again. So you've got Dominus Ovi. I really wish when you expand them they would show the names of the files. Like, please Procreate, can you do that? The one I'm most excited about... it's hard to call. Probably the dwarf, because I love dwarfs, but I also really like this. I don't know why, it's just kind of easy and the sketch is like very clear, so I feel like that's going to be a pretty easy one to do and I think it's going to look cool, but might not be the most exciting character. Now, it looks like Mind Knight is winning. Jenny Miller says, have been slamming Deep Rock Galactic, so dwarf is on theme, but want elf to balance out so much dwarf lately. Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, is there anybody who hasn't voted yet? That is the question. How many people do we have in here? 19 people. I don't know how many people have voted, but I think I'm going to end the poll in 1 minute, my friends. Oh my god, Mind Knight is now at 53%. Whew. Dempsey says, just curious, what color profile do you tend to use on your canvas in Procreate? I believe I use RGB. Or sRGB, maybe. Or maybe they're CMYK. I don't even know. I think they're RGB. We'll have a look in a moment. Based on the name, I would vote for Dominus, but I voted for Prefecto. Wow, that popular. Thank you, Charles, for voting. Oh, there's 19 votes in the poll, 22 votes. Oh, sweet. All right. I think we can end it now. And we'll see who wins. Is it going to tell me? Come on, YouTube. I clicked end poll, so it should be telling us who won. Okay, there we go. Well, we have Mind Knight on 47%. That's a clear winner. We have Enigma Scholar on 21, Dominus Ovi on 17, Prefecto Idiot on 13. So it was between the Scholar and the Mind Knight. I guess we're going to be going with the Mind Knight. It's not what I was expecting. It's because it's a pretty girl, isn't it? You guys. Excellent, Benjamin. Grab a coffee and relax. Why is something is banging? I don't like that noise. There we go, that's better. Alright, I guess we're doing this one. I think there's some issues with this actually. So I'm gonna need to do some fixing up. I think I'm not quite sure what her legs are doing here, so because it seems in this one she's wearing like bulky pants, and then this leg is not. So do we like bulky pants or do we like non-bulky pants? think probably non-bulky pants. I think that's probably going to look a little bit better. Just setting this sketch up to work on. All right. Where is Cree to sass me properly? I don't know. I guess she's just been really busy lately, and usually when we stream, it's like 2 in the morning for her or something ridiculous, so. Charles. No, I don't. Jenny Miller says, don't tisk us for picking the pretty lady, Mr. Artist who draws them so pretty. I totally understand. I do. Now, I need to look at my brief, which I'm not going to show you guys because I don't know if I should. And my reference, I just want to refresh my memory. Mind Scout. I'm just in a browser tab at the moment, just checking what I have to do. Oh, that's not it. It's not the Mind Scout, it's the Mind Knight. Silly me. My brief is as such. You ready for this? Female human psychic knight fights with a blade made up of psychic energy. That's it. I do have some reference. Look, I may as well show you my reference, actually, because it's not really like sensitive information or anything. There you go. Can you see that? Alright, so one of the references is artwork I did for Crystal Clans, just for a general style in the armor, and then there's just a random face shot from somewhere. So she's kind of an albino kind of lady. So very white hair, white eyelashes. I like her eye color actually. That's really cool. It's like kind of like pink almost. That's not really going to come into play actually that much until later on when we get to color, but alright, I think we can just start inking. Where's my chat gone? Come back, chat, I need you. There you are. Lots of creative freedom there. Yeah, there is. I think I honestly prefer having more direction, to be honest. It just takes the guesswork. Like, I know it can be more fun to have creative freedom, but with client work, generally I just want to know exactly what I need to do. This is tricky because she's not supposed to have like eyelashes, right? So usually I'm crazy with my eyelashes and whatnot. I don't think I can do that here. I'll just keep it minimal for the moment. No worries about being cheeky, child. We don't mind a bit of cheekiness here. That's totally fine. I think that line came out a little weird there. Once again, I apologise if I do go a little bit quiet here or there. You know the drill. Oh my goodness, it's Kriya. Usually you are crazy with your hands, you mean Abel. What are you talking? Yep, the troll has arrived. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to everybody who celebrates that sort of thing. Welcome in, Blue Green Yummy. Andrew, welcome in, buddy. Andrew says, do eyelashes but turn them white in the colouring station. Yes, that will work. As long as her skin colour is a little bit... Well, her skin colour is not going to be white. Yeah, we can work it out. I think that's a good idea, actually. We can change the colour of those later on. Kriya says, hello peeps, only popping in to say hello. I'm not at home at the moment, I am heading to a convention. Ooh, what convention are you heading to? Tell us more. That's exciting. I almost went to a convention. I was almost going to go to a convention in a couple of weeks, but I had to cancel due to some of the restrictions going on at the moment. But yeah, I was invited back to Supernova to be a guest, so that was really nice to receive that phone call. Unfortunately, I can't do it, which sucks, but it would have been in Adelaide. And I haven't done a show in Adelaide for like, oh my god, must be like 4 or 5 years now. Oh, Karen, welcome in. Hello from Salisbury, my favourite place in the world. And I hope to be there soon. Hello from Canada. Foreshadowing, Kriya appeared. Yeah, she knew we were talking about her. Yeah, it's close to Christmas. It's only like probably less than 3 weeks away. The Adelaide show that I was invited to, so not a lot of time to really organise it. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. But yeah, couldn't go anyway, so that solved that problem of deciding if I was going to do it. I think once I get settled again, after I move, which I am moving, spoiler alert, at some point I will move, then I'll do shows again. And if I move to the UK, which it's possible, I don't know if I will, but I'm going to travel to the UK. Whether I move there is another story, but if I do, oh my gosh, I would love to do some... I've never done a show... That's not true. I was going to say I've never done a show in another country before. I have done San Diego Comic-Con, but yeah, I would love to do MCM London, I think it's called. Kriya says, I'm heading to Comic-Con in Stuttgart. It's on the weekend and it's going to be a good time, I think. It will be my very first there. Awesome. Well, I hope it goes well. Please let us know how you go. Benjamin says, why leave? Well, that's a loaded question, Benjamin. I just feel like it's my calling to go. Maybe. I'm going to go for a visit and see how I feel to start with. I was born in the UK. All my family's there apart from mum, dad, sister, nephew, niece. But, you know, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, they're all in the UK. So, yeah, I've always wanted to live over there, and I've never had the opportunity. Or I wish I went there in my 20s. But I was way too introverted. You know, comfort was easier than going abroad at that time. But now, with the restrictions easing eventually, I'm single, I've got no ties here at all except for my family. I think it's time that, you know, maybe I could give it a shot. But at the very least, I'm going to go for a holiday, and I can't wait. I'm on complete autopilot mode right now with inking. I guess that's the great thing about inking, is you can kind of multitask a little bit. You know, I can listen to podcasts or whatever, or things like that. Whereas when I'm drawing, I can't do anything else except for listen to music. Welcome in, the Sarge. Jenny says he must return home to the Fae folk. This is true. Yeah. Yeah, Tassie is a beautiful place, and I do love it here, but for many reasons, I need to go experience the world. Ties? Oh, Charles is being cheeky again. No, I don't wear any ties. Who needs ties? Definitely not me. I don't like how that's coming out at all. This is what happens when your sketch is a little bit rough. Sometimes I don't mind that though, as such, doing a little bit of the drawing in the ink stage. Just making this up, guys. Totally making it up, you can probably tell, but hopefully it'll look alright in the end. I just hope nobody critiques my armor on a functional level. It's fantasy, okay? It doesn't matter. Somewhat. Karen says, can you recap what you are working on? Yes, for all the new people coming in, I am working on a character for a board game called Summoner Wars. So just working towards getting these characters done for my deadline in a week or so. And we've chosen this one to work on. So just gonna chill, take it real easy. Not gonna rush it because it is client work. I need to make sure I do a good job. Take care, Kreia. Have a great weekend. Hope it goes really successful for you. I forgot to ask if you're like exhibiting there or just visiting, but we'll talk to you when you get back. Don't let us hold you up. I think something needs to go in here. I'm not quite sure what though. Something actually. I might have to talk to my client and ask if they have like any symbology for the faction, because that could be. I've kind of indicated that maybe something is on there, but if they have any specific symbols, that would be ideal to pop it in there. Ooh, that doesn't look right at all. That doesn't look right at all. How's the music, guys? Is it loud enough for when I go really quiet? I want you to make sure you actually have something to listen to. Bye, Marty. Have a good time, and don't forget to post the link to your Discord. Will do. We'll shoot you a message tomorrow. Sweet. Yes, I look forward to knowing how it goes. Now the tricky part of trying to get the same thing here over here in a coherent way. Music is perfect and suitably ethereal. Excellent. Oh, that's great. Alright, let's see if I can do this. It's a little bit different from the sketch, actually. Something like that. I just need to push this along a little bit. Just realised that looks like a D. I have no idea why I drew a D. Oh, William, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it, and maybe we'll chat to you next time. Another really long name that I can't pronounce. Mithro Nuriodo says, I'm trying to apply for art studios but don't know what to look for. What would the criteria be when job hunting? Depends what kind of art studio, I guess, that you're trying to go for. Do you mean like a game studio or a movie studio, or what kind of studio are you talking about here? I think the regardless of what it is, I think the most important thing is probably a strong portfolio depicting the type of work that you would be doing for said company or said studio. If they can see that examples of you doing what they would want you to do, I think you have a strong chance if your work is what they're after. Andrew says an easy way, though, say... I'm not going to say that name again. It's too hard. Jenny. Oh, goodness me. Karen says, wish I could stay longer, but have to sleep. Love your art. Thank you very much. Appreciate you popping in. Get a good rest. 3D and 2D. Yes, well, it still doesn't really explain, like, what kind of studio, like, because 3D and 2D can go into anything. It can go into animation, like TV shows, games. Have a strong portfolio, that's all I can say. I'm a pretty, like, I've never really worked for a studio, so I can't really comment on how to apply for a studio specifically. I've never really done it. Thank you very much, Charles. Benjamin up at the top says, I just realized she wields the sword left-handed. That means there's at least two of us. Yeah, I see. I probably should think about that more as well, but I don't think about these things. I probably should. There's going to be, like, you know, some epic nerds who play Summoner Wars are just going to hate me because there's been times in the past where I've had to do a few fixings on some of the artwork in the sketch phase because, like, people aren't holding bows properly, and that sort of stuff is actually really good to know because, you know, I don't want to draw things incorrectly. Hopefully this pose looks okay. I think I did use some reference for the pose, but I don't have it on me. I think I just googled. No, actually, I don't know if I did with this. Let's look at the time-lapse replay. I'm kind of curious how I came up with it. Tried out a few different ideas. Often, well, not oftentimes these days, but previously the client would show me kind of like an example of the pose that they kind of wanted. I was super keen for that because it takes the guesswork out of me and it actually helps develop my own skills using reference. Using reference is a really good thing to do. Okay, let's go back here. You know, I think I just pulled this out of my ass. Because it starts off like that and then I change it. Yeah, I think I just made this up. There you go. Yeah, there's got to be left-handed swordsmen and women out there. Oh, Freya, watching this in class right now in Australia. That's awesome. Another Aussie. Peace. I don't know why I said peace. Katanas. I don't know anything about katanas, unfortunately. I really want some swords, guys. I want my own swords. There was some for sale in a shop up in the north of Tassie that I went to. I think it was called Reliquare. I think that's how you say it. I was so tempted to buy them. I should have done that. But yeah, I think I'm trying to minimize my belongings at the moment. I feel like I've just got too much stuff that I don't use or appreciate. And so I kind of want to just downscale everything. So maybe now's not the best time to buy swords. But is there ever a wrong time to buy a sword? I don't know. Christmas present ideas. Yeah, if anybody wants to buy me a sword, I'll just type in my PO box. I don't know how customs would like that though, but I don't think I fully planned out how this armor is actually working. Good one. This is why I make my own job more difficult than it actually should be, by being too sketchy in my roughs. So these pauldrons need to attach somehow. I think I'm kind of like doing something here which goes over the chest. But probably need something that goes under the armpits too, right? I think so. What are people saying? Let's have a read here. Dempsey says, maybe wait till decide if move country to have easier time. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm trying not to buy things right now. Jasofa says, I want to start with digital art, but the big offer of drawing tablets overwhelms me. Any recommendations on something good quality but reasonable in price? I think probably the XP pen is probably the only one I can really speak of, because it's one I've used and I have here, and they're quite cheap, and I thought they were pretty good, so I would check them out if you can. I only use iPad though, really, except for, hold on, let me see what I'm pointing at, except for this huge old Cintiq I bought in 2011, which I don't really use too much, but I'm going to be using it a little bit more to do some book editing, if that makes any sense. Yeah, but Wacom's are still pretty pricey. iPads are ridiculously pricey, so yeah, I would check out the XP pen, and I think there's quite a lot of options now. If you're unsure, I would go on YouTube. YouTube reviews, they're everywhere, and you should be able to get a good indication if they're kind of okay or not okay. Jenny says, wrong time to buy a sword in the middle of combat. This is very true. Yeah, you're kind of gone fucked up if you're in combat and you don't have a sword, so should have planned ahead there. Yemi says, I'm drawing for a late project assignment. As you draw your own, still trying to figure out anatomy as well. Ah, yes, the tricky anatomy. It can be painful. I'm feeling like there should be more black in here or something. Something needs to go in these bits. We'll get to there. Hey, overall, I don't think this is looking too bad. Except for this bit. I feel like this should come down somewhat. Something like that. I think that looks better. And then we need to put this in here. Oops. Stick this line up a little bit here. Jordan says, oh, actually, let's scroll up a little bit. Benjamin says, how did the iPad debacle turn out? It's postponed. I went in to get my iPad serviced yesterday because I was having a lot of problems, and I've been having a lot of problems pretty much since I bought it last year. But because I have a deadline, I kind of couldn't leave it with them because I got to use it. So once I get all this work finished, I'll probably take it back and leave it with them for a few days so they can basically tell me I need a replacement. I think that's what I need. Although I'm not having any issues today, so that's weird. Maybe it's fixed. Jordan says XP Pen Pro. I can't even say that fast. XP Pen Pro is great from what I hear with some of the cheaper software like Affinity or Clip Studio Pro. Clip Studio Paint. Yes. Andrew says, I suggest buying an iPad to do it through a provider like a phone plan. That's true, you could do that, and then you only have to pay like a certain amount per month. Joseph says, I've mostly seen reviews on Wacom and Huon. I was curious about XP, so it's nice to know of someone that's used it. I'll look it up. Cool. Yeah, I've got one back there. I don't really use it much because it's kind of small, and it's not that much bigger than my iPad, but you can get bigger ones, so that's not a problem. I guess I'm a bit spoiled for choice. Maybe I should give it away in like a competition or something if I'm not going to use it. In fact, that's a great idea because I'm trying to get rid of everything. Yeah, I'll do a competition for a used XP pen. Someone remind me to do that because I'll probably forget. Yemi says, picked a Greek myth, the Oresteia, but sadly haven't felt excited for this professor. Been giving us a hard time. Oh. That's not good, Professor. Another comment says, when choosing an idea to draw, what do you do? Do you just pick random ideas that come to your mind, or do you have a list? Well, specifically we're doing client work, so I'm told what to do, but in my spare time, no, I don't really have a list. I kind of just work with whatever's on my mind at the moment. Yeah. I like just listening to the inner muse. She directs me to what I draw, generally. Anytime I actually try and draw something specific, I end up not enjoying myself that much. Except for client work. Like, I can get in the mindset, but when it comes to just personal time, I just like to do random stuff. But at a certain point, like, in fact, I'm feeling it at the moment, like, what can you do with random stuff? Apart from put a book together, which I'm doing. Wonderings 2, it will come. Full of random stuff, but, you know, in the long term, like, it's nice to work on something, even something of your own that has some sort of purpose. But that's a problem for the future me. Until then, I'm busy with all sorts of things. Mr. B, welcome in, my friend. Mr. B, we've got to catch up soon. Mick Doyle says, I got an email from XP this week to hold off buying until Christmas sales and not Black Friday. Oh, interesting. Tiny Viking, welcome in. Just finished illustrating a 30-page comic. What should I do with it? Wow, that's awesome. Congratulations, that's like such a big achievement. I would show the world. Surely if you've made a 30-page comic, surely you have thought about what you're going to do with it, right? Are you going to self-publish? Are you going to ship it around to publishers, see if they're interested in publishing it? Are you going to put it online for free? Are you going to sell it online as a digital comic? I don't know. There's lots of things you could do. Mr. B for sure actually just have gone part-time for the rest of the year. Wow, that's a big change, man. Congratulations. Is this so you can work on more of your woodworking business? Because that's pretty awesome. I feel like I'm going to have to actually change this a little bit here. That is too thin. Too thin. Let's move that out there. I don't know if I'm going to keep this with how I'm drawing it, but just giving this a go. Thank God Kree is not here to criticize my hands. Oh gosh. Been flat out with Duck Manor. That's awesome, man. I'm so like proud of you, like to see Mr. B has started like working with wood and making awesome things out of wood over the past like couple of years or so, or past year, and made a very successful business out of it, and it's just so impressive. Like, I had no idea Mr. B was as talented as he is, and yeah, it just blows me away. How dare you troll Kriya, do not take her job. Yes, I don't need to put myself down, we've got Kriya for that. By the way, I'm just kidding, me and Kriya are fine, if anybody is wondering. Nico says that right hand needs some work, the fingers are being crushed. Oh, thank you for your criticism, I appreciate that. Yes, well, I did say I wasn't like 100% happy with it, alright? And seeing it on a reflection, it needs to be a little bit bigger anyway. But we'll get there. Alright guys, we'll fix it. Maybe we'll just do that for the moment. Yes, Jenny, she's in my head. That's it. Yeah, does Mr. B have a website for Duck Manor? I don't know if you do. If you don't, you definitely should. Sorry, I just got a missed call. Interesting. Thank you, Yemi. Alright, you're happy with the left hand, but you're not happy with the right hand. It's okay, I can take criticism. This is fine. I think the sketch is just a little bit rough, that's the problem. So I'm just gonna have to put in the hard yards, put in the effort to try and make it acceptable. So I was gonna have like a little, I don't know what you call them, like a piece of metal on top of the hand here. It's a bit tricky with this angle though. That is my issue, and that looks kind of weird. What's going on here? Gonna have to be it, guys. I don't want to stress about this all day on stream. Let's keep just kind of a bit more in line with what I had kind of sketched already. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Hopefully it's refreshing for you guys to see me struggle with things. Not that I really struggled, but like, I don't know, nothing's like perfect. At least in my eyes, I don't know. This is also a bit of a tricky angle here. Like I said before, this is why it pays to kind of refine your sketch a bit more. And sometimes I do, it just depends on my mood. Or like, with my roughs I don't want to spend too much time on them, I just want to kind of like bust it out and kind of get the client's feedback. And then sometimes I'll refine it up a bit, but oftentimes it can be a waste of time because I'm generally pretty confident that I can take something that's kind of roughy and not too defined and make it into something that looks good. I think when it comes to like hands and faces and that sort of bit, maybe that's where I should probably put a little bit more time into the sketch and make sure it's better so I don't have this problem. But Mr. B has an Instagram. Okay, well, do you want to check your Instagram in here, man, so people can check out your work. Yemi says, a life without criticism is a life without criticism. Yeah, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Jenny says, hands and the other eye TM are well known. Artist bane. Yeah. Getting the eyes symmetrical, it's like, oh my god. Something I struggle with a lot. I don't know why. At least I admit these things. I'm not claiming to be infallible. Not at all. Dempsey says, one of the best bits about your streams is the whole process. The bits you amend and where you think needs a change or asking for input on bits here and there. I'm glad you enjoy that. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to get your guys' opinions on certain things. Andrew says, yeah, refine. Haha. Just spent ages changing flats because I had to redraw part of the sketch. Oh, yeah, that's painful. Oh, boy. Yeah, once you start colouring, if you have to start changing things, that ain't fun anymore. I get it. I've been there. Don't you worry. But thank God for the liquefy tool. It's saved my butt so many times. It's always going to probably be better to redraw things, but I swear this liquefy tool saves me so much time. Just to quickly push things around and make it look a bit better is amazing, and I love it. Of course, when you use liquefy, it does it blurs your lines quite a lot. It removes a lot of the sharpness of it, which kind of sucks, but I don't find it doesn't really bother me too much. Once everything's coloured, you can't really tell anyway. Jordan, take care, man. Appreciate you popping in. Have a fantastic Thanksgiving weekend. Oh, Tiny Viking, thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate it. Starlight Sharice, welcome in. Do you sell brushes for Procreate? I do. And you can find them on my website, martinableart.com. And Gumroad. Oh, there's the music. Did you hear that? It's a bit lagged. Yeah, so if you just Google Able Essentials and Able Essentials 2. I've got two brush sets. This brush is included in the original, I think, Able Essentials. Yeah. And they're on special at the moment for $3. There you go, I totally forgot. Because of this whole Cyber Black Friday, Monday, something or other thing, whatever's going on. I thought I would make some discounts. So they're usually $5, now they're $3. Pretty cheap. Okay, I'm fairly happy with that. I know they're not perfect, but they're good enough for me. Okay, what do we got to do here? We need to do this. How does that work? Oh yeah. Wait, now I'm confused. Goes like that. Something like that. And she's got kind of like poofy cloth shirt underneath. That's just what I went with. Okay, we're getting there. These armored characters just take a little bit longer than usual. Also, somebody previously asked me what color profile I'm using, and I'm using sRGB, so that's just a confirmation. sRGB. But yeah, so this takes a little while. I wonder how long this has taken me so far. Apparently we're under 2 hours. That's pretty quick. It seems quick, but... It sounds quick, but it seems longer, if that makes sense. Alright, let's get some hair in here. Yeah, it'd be great if I could actually try and finish this completely on stream today. Because, like, it needs to be finished anyway, but we'll see how we go. You know, I might run out of things to talk about. Mr. B says, you might have said before I joined, but is this the new faction? Yes, this is the new faction. Called the Eternal Council. And they're like psychic power users, kind of like the Breakers. I think that's what they're called. They went through name changes, so I always forget what they're called. Or the Benders. No, they're Breakers. So these ones are... the race, there's no specific race, there's like different races combined. So we have a Tundra Orc. Here we have a Breaker. So one of the Breakers is in one of these factions. We have a... I can't remember what these are called actually. It's an elf of some sort. This is going to be a new faction of elves. This is one of the Avians that I did recently. This is one of the dwarves. This is a generic human. We have a preview of a upcoming faction, Goat People. Hopefully I'll get better at drawing goats. I don't know. Do you guys think that's a convincing goat head? Because I struggle with drawing animals, but client approved it, he seemed to like it, so hopefully it looks okay. But if I'm going to do a whole faction of goat people, I need to really immerse myself in goats to get it. But hopefully we get like hopefully they give me some good reference of different types of goats and stuff. Because I don't want to just like them all to look the same. It would be cool to like have like little skinny old goats and stuff with like mustaches or something. I don't know. It could be fun. We'll see. And we have just another human, I believe. Yeah. Another human. What's going on here? What are you doing? We're froze. Hello, Procreate. Come back. Welcome in, Ann Ender. My week was okay. Pretty busy though. Esther wants to be a goat person in D&D. Yeah, that'd be cool. No! We're gonna have to just do that. And hopefully the Procreate gods will not abandon everything we just did. No, we're okay. We're alright. Thanks for your patience while I do this, by the way. I feel like it is taking a little while, but this, client work, you don't want to rush. I don't want to rush because like I always look back at things when I know I have rushed a little bit, and it's not very fun to look at. Oh, that's right. It needs this here. As for what's happening with this chest piece, I don't really know. So I think we're going to have to kind of work that out. I don't think she really needs cleavage. I mean, cleavage in battle armor is a bit illogical. I know that there's not a lot of logic in things I draw, but they probably wouldn't like it anyway, to be honest. I think we just need to kind of go for some sort of a proper thing. As I do. Excuse my hand gestures, you know what I'm talking about. Like a plate, full plate armor thing. Mr. B says, can we have one humanoid that looks like Abigail Brand from Sword? I don't even know who that is. Send me a picture, I'll see what I can do. Yemi says, can't imagine the stress of the Forbidden starting over. Oh god, no. That would be the worst thing ever. Dempsey says, luckily Martin came out the canvas to the main gallery, so Procreate saved before he... Yeah, that's true, I did do that. Tiny asks, do they give you reference images or do you pick these designs? For this one I was given a reference of something I'd previously drawn for the armor, and a reference of just a face headshot for the girl. That's it really, so everything else I'm kind of just coming up with. I mean, I like these lines, I just don't think they're particularly logical. I don't really know what they're doing, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's just keep going because we gotta get this done. I've done quite a bit of armor now with these drawings, so I kind of have a bit of a process on how I like to do things. Getting the general shape in there and then making sure we kind of get in here and make it thick and three-dimensional by adding the edges. And I think I'm okay with that. And then I just gotta make sure I pop this on here. It's deviating a little bit from my sketch, but we're mostly staying the same. Thank you, Yemi. Breastplate, that's the words. You guys know I'm not very good with words. Oop. Try and make this a little bit more interesting. Do a little bit of a shortcut here. Bit of a time saver there, instead of redrawing it, just do that. Yemi says, is that a tangent in the part? Not sure, just asking everyone here. What do you mean, Yemi? Is there a tangent that I can't see somewhere? There most likely is, that does happen. In the part. I'm not quite sure what you... The elbow piece with the thigh. Elbow piece. I mean, potentially, like... I'm not quite sure. Like, I kind of get what you're saying, but I'm not quite sure how I would fix that, except for maybe move it like down. If that makes any sense. Maybe it's just this area that's kind of looking a bit weird. You could, yeah, I think you're correct there. So let's just see what we can do, because it kind of just looks a bit wonky. I don't know if I made that worse, because now we've got this intersecting, but... Okay, not sure if I was correct. Thanks for clarifying. I don't know. I mean, I think you were sort of correct. It's just getting a little bit jumbled and looking a little bit weird there. This needs to be thicker, I can tell. Those lines need to stand out a bit more. There we go. Oops. Slow progress, but we will get there. And that looks a little wonky. Kind of looks like cleavage now, but it's not supposed to. I might come back to that. Okay, it's just the bottom half and the cloak. Let's do this. Yemi says, I only noticed because you were zoomed in that area. Ah, well, that's fair. Might actually make a new layer here to pop this in. Does that look weird? I think that looks weird. Alright, I'm gonna add some symbols and whatnot here, but I'll probably just do that with color. And take that off. Oops. Too many lines. Goodness. Skippity Doodah, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy holidays. Yes, happy holidays, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. And Skippity Doodah, I hope you have a fantastic holiday time too. And I really appreciate the donation there. Goodness me, you always surprise me when you people do this. I kind of completely forget that you can do that. I think I'm getting sloppy here. Oh my goodness, let's fix it because it's in the wrong spot. Oops. Alright, here we go. That looks better. Now I gotta fix it up. Sticky, love the art, thank you very much. The girl behind the tree, hello from the Philippines. Hello, girl behind the tree. How are you doing today? How long have I been inking for? Where do I find that out? YouTube. Doesn't want to tell me how long we've been streaming for. It's anybody's guess. Sticky Art says, I'm just getting into Arcane show. It kind of reminds me of that style. Oh, well, that's a massive compliment. Thank you very much. Because the style of that show, oh my god, it's so pretty. I've watched 3 episodes, I think, so far. I'm really bad with watching TV shows. I've just got to be in the mood. I hope I don't offend anyone who actually has ADD, but maybe I have ADD because I can't. No, I probably don't. I just got to be in the mood to sit down and actually focus, and I have trouble doing that sometimes. But I do want to watch the rest of that. You need more. Yes. It's a beautiful looking show. 100%. I'm excited for the Wheel of Time, because that comes out again tomorrow, episode 4. Cannot wait to watch it. Has anybody else watched the Wheel of Time so far? Please let me know in the chat, and let me know if you loved it or hated it or liked it or just thought it was okay. I want your thoughts. So I'm a person who's read the books. I've read like 5 of the books, and I'm pretty happy with it. Sticky Art says, I'm drawing some fan art of Jinx at the moment. I really want to draw Jinx. So maybe that's what I should do once I finish the series. Because I feel like I should draw her. She seems like right up my alley, at least visually. So maybe we can do that on stream sometime. That'd be pretty fun. Maybe we'll do that next week. Yeah, let's do it. That'll get me heaps of views anyway, because Arcane is all the rage right now. Not that I'm all about like clickbaity stuff, but anyway. It sounds like nobody else is watching the Wheel of Time. You all need to fix this. It's gonna be really good. Like, the pacing of the first 3 episodes is a little wonky. Okay? But they're trying to they have to cram so much in, and Amazon has only given them 8 episodes for season 1, and you're trying to fit like over 1,000-page book, in fact more, because they're trying to put like book 1 and a bit of book 2 into those 8 episodes. So it's hard, and they've changed some things, which is inevitable. But I think if people can kind of be a bit more forgiving about the pacing of the first couple of episodes, some of the characters that come in later on and the things that happen are just going to be so cool to see on screen. So I really hope that the show does well, because I don't want it to get like cancelled or anything down the track, because that would just be like a complete waste of, everything they've done to make this show a reality. But so far, I think it looks really cool. Entry says, sadly I used up my 7-day free Amazon trial on Picard and Invincible. Skippity says, I want to watch them, but I want to wait till it's all out so I can binge. Well, that's fair enough. I think the season finale for the first season is like Christmas Eve, I think. Yeah. I am almost done. Slowly. I'm slowly getting there, and I gotta draw feet. Oh my god, guys, these feet are terrible. It's the bane of my existence, drawing these goddamn feet. I'm not a big fan of drawing feet. So it's much better when I have some reference to go by, but I'm just making this shit up on the spot, and it's kind of hard. So hopefully we can make this look somewhat passable. I really hope we can, because I'm doing this live and it will be on the internet forever, and you can see how terrible I am at drawing. But you know, I just need to kind of get the gist of what's going on here. Like, it doesn't need to be super detailed. It just needs to be somewhat a rendition of feet. I don't know if that looks any good. Actually, it looks too big, I think, doesn't it? In fact, all of that looks a bit too big. And I do not like this area. I think I was a bit distracted when I did that. So let's do it again. I don't think that's much better, to be honest. Oof. This is what happens when you don't draw things properly. Mickey Doyle, thank you very much. Sleep well, my friend. Yemi says give her heels. I don't think that'll go down well. 23 out of 10 foot. Well, I'm glad you like the foot. I am, actually. That's a little bit reassuring. Just don't get stuck on this foot. But also make sure that it doesn't look terrible. I think I just really need to make sure that when I draw them in the future, I put more effort into them, because this is so annoying when this happens to me. Nobody's going to be staring at our feet, let's face it. That is not a good excuse. Don't listen to me. Always draw your feet properly. Okay, anyway, we're getting there slowly. Oh boy. duplicate this huge thing. Excuse me. Alright, maybe I just need a break. Calm down. I'm getting a bit flustered. I want to make sure I do a good job. Dempsey says, always draw feet properly. Need a solid foundation and stable footing. Exactly. We do. Dempsey also says, oh, you're replying to Sticky, I think. Yes, I'm new to Arcane too, so I don't know much of the lore. I don't really know the lore of League of Legends. I don't really know anything about Jinx. Is that a name? Hold on. Yeah, it's Jinx, right? Yeah, Jinx. And her name is like Casper in the show. That's her real name is Casper. I never knew that. Andrew. Yes, always. Let's just draw a rock here with some grass. This is fine. I can already see that I need to kind of just shape this foot out a little bit better. Maybe. Oh no. Do 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 do. Yes, this is Procreate. I think somebody asked me previously about the canvas info, so let's just show that for everybody if you're curious. There you go. Jenny says, don't get tricked into thinking League lore is some deep thing. They are making it up as they go. Oh, really? Okay. That's cool, though. I appreciate that. Welcome in, Stefan. Oh, Starlight Cherise says, which brush are you using now? That's a good question. I'm using Liquid Ink 1, which actually isn't included, but it's pretty much the same as Liquid Ink. I don't know what I've changed, actually, between 1 and 2. Maybe, it seems like I've made it a little bit more solid. Yeah, it seems that way. It's practically the same thing, though. Yep, so what I usually, in fact, for Summoner Wars in general, I use liquid pencil and liquid ink. So, choose a grey colour for the liquid pencil. That's how it turns out. It's very fun. And then I use the liquid ink to ink with. But we're almost there, guys, so I shouldn't get too discouraged here or try and rush it, because we're almost finished the ink stage. So just gotta make sure I can get this somewhat similar. Problem is zooming in all the time, but I find it very hard to draw zoomed out in a satisfactory way. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, I think I made it specifically for this job, actually. In hindsight, like... So, basically what I'm trying to say is... With this job... That doesn't look right at all. Oh my goodness. Why are we struggling with this? I think I might actually have to make that like bigger. That looks ridiculously small. Yeah, so Summoner Wars which is what I'm working on at the moment. This is it's basically Summoner Wars 2. The first board game came out like 10 years ago or something, and it was a fan favorite. Like, it has quite a big following, that game. The problem is the artwork style for the first game is very different to the second game, which is what I'm doing. And I think that's where I've had a bit of criticism, or the game's had a bit of criticism. Some people are like such big fans of the original game, and they just refuse to like what I'm doing with the artwork here. But, you know, that's not really my fault as such. Like, I've been commissioned to do this. They chose me to do it. So, if anything, you know, your issue is with Plaid Hat Games, really. A lot of people have been very supportive, and they're totally on board for the new sort of like style direction change, and I appreciate that. But yeah, at the start of the job, I felt like it was going to be an issue, because I could see it was different to the original, and so I was trying to come up with a new style that wasn't so line work heavy, more kind of digitally painted. And I stressed about it. I really did, because I wanted it to be good, and I wanted it to best represent what Summoner Wars was. But in the end, I just thought, I can't try and be something I'm not. Like, this is what comes naturally out of me. And creating a whole new style for a game or a job is hard. Not necessarily a whole new style, but a new style to me is tricky to do. I can't remember why I was mentioning that, but anyway. I guess I kind of wish like I had successfully came up with a painted style that I was good at. I felt like I was good at. But that sort of it takes time to develop a new skill, and I did not have the time to develop that skill. One, two, one, two, one, two. This is going to be drastically different. Anyway. Let's just liquefy this a little bit. Maybe this is why I didn't want to do this one on stream, because I think I knew that the sketch was a little bit underdeveloped in terms of these important details like hands and feet. And that's probably... I probably knew that. But you guys chose the hardest one. So here we are. It's not hard, it's just the fact that I didn't fix it up. But anyway, hopefully it's not going to look too bad. Oh gosh, I'm going to stop apologizing for things. I think I'm going to make this one smaller. Yeah, that's better. We have only got the cloak left. How exciting. Mr. B says, hey Marty, have you played Crystal Clans? I'm sure you have. Mr. B knows full well that I drew Crystal Clans, so yes, of course I've played it. You silly man. I've missed a lot of comments. My apologies. Stefan says, so I got a question, Abel. Is it okay if I get the 250... 25 gigabyte, I assume you mean 250 gigabyte. 250 gigabytes is fine. I think that's all I have, so it's totally enough. I have not run out of space at all. Dempsey says, how many characters have you drawn / done for Summoner Wars so far, do you think? I can calculate that for you in a moment. Yeah, I don't know about 3D animation and stuff in terms of the iPad. All I can speak of is for kind of how much work I've done, which is a good segue into calculating it. So these are all the different factions I've done for... How many is there? Hold on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... And yes, I need the calculator because I'm a dumbass. 12 times 8. Don't laugh at me, alright? So I've done 96 characters so far, but there's also some mercenaries here. So 96, 97, 98, 99. I've done 99 characters for Summoner Wars so far, since August last year. 99. Wow. I did more for Crystal Clans. I think I did it over 150 for Crystal Clans. Yeah, so it's been a lot of work, guys. Oh my god. Yeah, 99 problems, but an arcane one. Yeah, they're not huge illustrations though, so they don't take a lot of space, I guess. They're probably a couple of 100 megs each, maybe? I don't know. What was I doing? This lady. I think what we'll do is we'll just get this inking finished, we'll get the cloak in, and then I'm going to go for a little short break, and then we'll come back and I'm going to try and get it finished on stream. I think that's what we'll do. Hopefully there'll still be some people watching, because I know it's probably getting late for you guys, as it usually is at this time. Sticky says you could fit a few thousand canvases like that on a 256 gigabyte. There you go. That's pretty good. 2:10 a.m. in the UK. Wow. Ooh, what was that noise? Oh, Rondre Reed just subscribed. Thank you very much for subscribing. Alright, I'm going to merge layers in a sec. I'm just going to erase this a little bit. Because we're going to fill all that in black in a moment. Ooh. Okay, let's do it. Nope, we need to fix that. There we go. Alright, I think we're just about done inking. I feel like that did probably take me a lot longer than it would usually, but as I said before, the sketch was a little bit unrefined in certain areas, so required a little bit more care and figuring out. And also, just doing the armor just takes a little bit longer than some of the other characters that I have to draw. But I think she's turning out okay. There may be some adjustments I do here and there as things get a little bit easier to see. You can kind of see some problem areas that pop up. But in general, I think she's doing alright. Finished the line art. Yes. What brush do you use for coloring your finished line art? I would probably use the fill brush. If you have the brush set, just go in and have a look for the fill brush. It's just kind of, it's a no texture brush, because I don't need extra texture on top of the lines that already have their own texture. Oh, look at the struggle town on that foot. Kind of like it a bit how it was. It was more pointy, wasn't it? Maybe I'll change that. Anyway, I'm definitely going to go for a little break. 10-minute break we're going to do. And then we'll come back and we'll start colouring. So thank you so much for watching so far, guys. I will be back in 10 minutes. If you have to leave, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. Get some rest. If you're going to join me, well, I'll see you soon. And we're going to restock up with coffee. We're going to get this done. All right. Thank you very much, Michael. You think the other eye is too far from the nose line? Possibly. We'll have a look at that when we get back. One more question. Rhyme. Hi Abel, I just stumbled on liquid masking markers. Ooh. Have you ever used that with your koi watercolors? Love your work, you're a huge inspiration. Thank you very much. Liquid masking markers. No, I've never tried that. I mean, I don't know exactly what they are, but I can kind of... I know what liquid masking is, and if you do that with a marker, oh, that's so cool. I would love to try that. I'll have to check that out. Alright guys, I will be back very shortly. Don't go anywhere, and if you do, have a great weekend. See you in a few minutes. Between 5 and 10 minutes. I'll be back. Alright, we are back. Thank you for waiting. It's so weird that I can hear myself. Anyway. Cheers. Do we have people still with us? This is the question. We do. I think we do. Alright, let's continue this. Alright, we're going to have a look at this eye. I don't mind how it looks, but you know what? Like when you see things, when you stare at things so often, you get like certain blind spots. I'll move it a little bit for you. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, just a little bit. I'm okay with that. I feel like her head actually might need to be bigger in general. Now that I'm seeing everything come together, she might need that. But we will press on for the moment. What I'm going to do is jump in here and grab my fill brush. And we're just going to start laying down some flats underneath. Pretty much just go around the outline. You can do this with the marquee tool, but this is just how I do it. Ah, Dempsey's still here. Good to see. Love the video of you doing art when you pause the stream. Thank you. I need to set it up so it plays some different videos because it's just been playing the one video every time. I think that would be cool if it just played a whole bunch from my YouTube channel. That'd be pretty cool. Infamous Uber, hello. How's things in your neck of the woods? Not too bad, thank you very much for asking. I can't complain too much. Just, you know, plodding along. Trying to do the best I can. Keeping relatively busy. I've got a lot of different things on the go. Let's put it that way. I have a Patreon sketchbook that is fully designed now. Just need to add some text through it, so that's coming out to all patrons this weekend. I should make sure I get that finished this weekend. On top of that, I am designing an actual physical sketchbook, which is compiling all my best sketches and personal work from the last couple of years, and that's coming along pretty well. So I'd like to get a few more hours into that this weekend. What else? Summoner Wars work is always a thing. I haven't really been doing much sketchbook work lately. Haven't really been feeling like super duper inspired. I've been working on new pin-ups for a future art book. I've been designing bookmarks with you guys, which Mr. B will have an update on the Green Man bookmark that we designed a few weeks ago. I'll probably have an update for you maybe by next Friday. I'll show you how that's looking, because I have seen a sample of the engraving and it looks awesome. Super stoked. The stickers, I just haven't had a chance to kind of put them together and put them on the store to sell to you guys, but that will be happening at some point. There's just so much going on. But yeah, that's a good thing. Keeping busy. Angela Renee, welcome in. Hi there for a short stay from Vienna. Oh, cool. Vienna. Sweet. Well, hello and welcome in. Infamous Uber says it's been very wet up here in Canberra. Well, down here in Tassie, we've had a couple of nice days, but previously it's been like raining for bloody like 3 weeks or something. It's so annoying. Thankfully the weather's turning a bit nicer now, so I can actually leave the house. Because I need to leave the house once in a while. The perils of working freelance from home is that you spend a lot of time at home. So, yeah, I mean, I've got a little bit of work to do this weekend, but I'm hoping I can try and get out and catch some sun. I think that is accurate. There we go, fill that in. It's at this stage where I can really kind of see if things are working or not working. I still kind of feel maybe, I don't know, I might just be overthinking it, so I'll probably just keep going with this. Proportions and whatnot. Let's see if we can get this sword in here to start with. Just lighten this up a little bit. There we go. Now, maybe I could just copy this sword, pop it up there. Or use it as a base. Excuse me, Goose, that's a horrible noise. It's my dog making that noise, I promise. Alright. So this is a sword that's going to be made of magic. So it doesn't need to be completely solid, but we'll start out with solid and then we'll probably blur it and stuff, do some effects. And I can already tell that it's not, her hands are not in the right place. Awkward. Wonder if I can use that to my advantage. I'm not going to let that deter me for the moment, because that could be a real pain in the ass to try and fix. Okay, I think I'm generally happy with that. Let's just duplicate that. So I've got a copy. And so there's a few things I did for this. Abby says, could just pivot the sword to the right, then you won't need to move the hands. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I think that already looks a little bit better, so thank you, Abby. The cool thing about these effects is you can kind of liquefy them and it won't really matter because there's no line work, so that's always fun to do. Alright, so what did I do last time? Let's just make another copy. Chromatic aberration, I believe is what I did. Displace, so pop this out like that and blur it. Hopefully this looks okay. Whoa. Oh, and transparency. I might need to go over this one a little bit. Let's turn that off. So then I went in here and I started smudging a little bit. Just to give it kind of like this rainbowy magic effect that makes it a little bit different from all the other magic stuff I've done for the game so far. Excuse me, you're still making that noise. Go on, out. Go away. You are banished. Sorry about that. I don't know if you could hear it, but I certainly could. She's just licking herself. Michael says that little change on the eye actually did it. Really love the subtle texture on your brush. Thank you. Appreciate it. Dempsey says it's a psychic sword. Shape can be unique and curvy. Yeah. We can make excuses. Yeah, alright. Might even just change the background. So it might be a bit more obvious what I'm doing here. Now, if you're curious, I'm actually using one of my brushes called Tilt Sketch, which is in Able Essentials 2. So I'm using that with the smudge tool, which gives it this nice, really nice texture. I think that's actually looking pretty sweet. I might go over it on top and do maybe some extra highlights, make it look a little bit more solid. Or shiny or something. Can you not do a woof, please? Do a woof. No woofing in the studio. These are the rules. Yeah, I think that looks cool. Kind of like a little bit shiny. Fairly happy with that. Don't want to overdo it. I think that'll do. Okay, duplicate that layer. Just doing some maintenance work here. Merge down. Clipping mask. Duplicate, 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 duplicate. For reasons I'm not going to go into. Combine. Well, basically what I just did was duplicate the line art because there's this weird feature glitch maybe, I don't know, where it gets these ugly little outlines, like white outlines around the entire figure, which I don't want, and the only way I can seem to get rid of it is by duplicating, I think it's to do with clipping masks. If I duplicate the line work, that seems to get rid of it. But then it makes all these little lines a bit too solid, so I'm just going in and selecting them to delete, which you will see in a moment. Yeah, I'll just delete it here so you can see what I'm talking about. Ready? There you go. So it's kept the it's kept a little bit. I don't think you can, it's so subtle. If I go black, maybe you'll be able to see it. Or I'm talking, yeah, yes, see, look. This is what I'm talking about. So that's with it off. This is how I fixed it. And now you can see it's gone. So it's just a little thing that irks me. This is the only workaround I've found to do. So that is why I go through that whole process. And I can merge that together. Done. Alright, now it's time for some colour, and I don't know what colours to use. Sticky says the outline reminds me of Marth in Super Smash Bros. From GameCube. I'm not familiar with such things. Michael says, question, what's your workaround on Procreate's layer limitation? I use Air 3 and the layer limitation is really pushing me to upgrade. In your case, I would say try and make your canvas smaller so that you get more layers. It's pretty much all you can do. For me, I don't really, for this sort of work, I don't hit the layer cap. In fact, I don't think I'm even close. Let's have a look, because I have no idea. Layers. I've got 45 layers available, and I've only used 20. And there's a maximum of 65. For just character work, you don't need that. I don't need more layers than that. This is heaps. I've got so many unnecessary things here too, which I could delete. Like all these original sketches are still here. So I've just kept them there because I still want to keep them. But yeah, so for this iPad, this is an iPad 3, 3rd generation. I don't really have a problem with that, but when it comes to more intricate big things, it can be a problem. But I think they've added, oh my god, I think with the new update you can make more layers now for some of the newer iPads, so that's a good thing at least. Not super happy with their legs, guys. No, don't do that. Alright, I'm just gonna have to start going in here and laying some flat colors down. Start with the hair first, I suppose. Yemi says, buy a sword like that and you'll rule the world. Heck yes, that'd be awesome. Oh my god, what am I doing? Painting on the wrong layer. Let's try that again. Here we go. Colors, yes. We need colors. I might have to bring in some color reference that I did for the other one to try and figure her out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this on stream though today because I'm getting pretty hungry. Have to admit, I only had toast for breakfast, so this is my fault. Entirely my fault. But it is almost 2 o'clock now, so I'm getting hungry. I also need to pop down to the post office and send some stuff. So, I don't know, we'll see how we go. Probably won't be able to get it all done, but I'll do my best. Make this as speedy as possible here. In fact, we're going to go even speedier and we're going to go and do it like this instead. Turn that off for a minute. Ooh. No, that's wrong. There we go. That is cloak, not hair. What's next? Skin color. This is going to be a bit tricky because she's supposed to be like albino. It's alright, we can always change it. Let's just get it in there. I think that's all the skin there is. I need to pop in a photo of this one because this is my kind of color scheme that I'm going for. I know it's very rough, so don't judge that. But those are the colors we're kind of going for, which is going to be a little bit tricky to try and figure out here, but I definitely know all the trims of the armor is going to be the kind of gold yellow color, so we'll probably start with that. May as well. Jenny says, yeah, I mean, you didn't take long enough for your break. I got food. Yeah, no time to get food, really. It's okay. I don't really like having to take a break because that's not very fun for you guys. And I refuse to sit here and eat. That's not appropriate. So yes, it's a little bit of a lengthy process, but all in all, like these actually don't take me that long to do, realistically. Between, I think I said to Kriya earlier today, I said that these usually take me between 4 and 10 hours, depending on like how complex the characters are. yeah, it just sort of depends. Depends on if I'm on a roll as well. Okay, let's do these bits. I mean, so far we're probably only on maybe 3 hours for this one. Doesn't seem real. Doesn't seem accurate. But I'm curious, and let's have a look. Where is it? Statistics. 3 hours and 8 minutes. It seems like so much longer. I don't know how Procreate like calculates that. I did ask them once, and they said, like, I was curious if it calculates the time that you're not doing anything, and apparently it does. Like, it tracks the time that the canvas is open. But I'm not so sure, because it seems too quick, you know. Angela says, will you show the finished version on Instagram and Facebook? Can't wait for it. I don't know, actually. Eventually I probably will, but every time I've posted Summoner Wars work and Crystal Clan's work on Instagram, the reception's just been really poor. And that kind of makes me feel a bit disheartened. When I hate thinking about social media, I really do, but yeah, so I kind of just like don't tend to post my client work as much these days. But I'm happy that you want to see it. That makes me feel better. I can actually. I've been pretty lucky with this client that they're okay with me to post things as long as they're approved. And I have asked about streaming and stuff, so we're all good to do that too. Which is pretty unique situation, I think, in terms of showing things. More often than not, you're not allowed to, which sucks. Like, I think that's the way it was with when I did Crystal Clans for them. You just couldn't show anything, and it was such a big job. It took up so much time. And that really affected me, just like kind of like not posting because I couldn't share it. But I think generally people enjoy my traditional work more than this sort of stuff, which is totally fair because, to be honest, that's the way I feel too. So I totally get it. But I will be showing all this stuff on Patreon. So that's somewhere you can definitely see it whenever I release a new digital sketchbook. I'm popping in all the new stuff I do for Summoner Wars. This is an arduous task, my friends, but someone's got to do it. Spearman, welcome in. Just a quick question. Who would you say are your top 3 artistic heroes, inspirations, and influences? Such a tricky question for me to always answer. I'm so bad at answering this. Yeah, these days I just don't know. There's not one particular. There might not even be 3 particular people that I could even mention. But in terms of my whole life, career, inspiration, J. Scott Campbell would probably have to be, I can't not mention him. He inspired me when I was a kid to get into drawing a lot more than I was. Various comic book artists of the 90s. Joe Madureira, J. Scott Campbell, Randy Queen, who else? Arthur Adams, I love his work. Valentine Pash on Instagram, love her work, she's awesome. Who else? I'm so bad at this. Jenny Miller says, I hereby increase the maximum from top 3 to as many as you want to mention. Yeah, I can't say a top. I don't know. I got into Gen 13, Spearman. So that is the first comic book I probably ever bought, was Gen 13. Absolutely blew me away. I didn't know comic books could be so cool. At least when I was 13, I thought they were cool. Maybe I was 12, actually. Yeah, but that was good times. I miss that passion I had for finding an artist that just like completely floored me, and all I wanted to do is like be them, I don't have that passion anymore. I haven't found an artist that I'm so obsessed with. I would love to do that. Maybe I'm just old and jaded now, and I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of artists I like, lots of artists that I follow on Instagram, and I love their work. But nobody I'm just like obsessed with. Unfortunately, I want that obsession again, but maybe it's a me thing. It's a me problem. Yeah, Jim Lee is also an awesome artist. I grabbed a lot of his books back then too. I think I only got like maybe 1 issue of Wildcats though. Okay, right, so we've done that. What else do we need to do? Probably this part. Hopefully this isn't too much. I think I was going to do some on the cloak too, but I don't know how I feel about that now. Well, let's try and get some other colours in here, just to see what I'm going to do. I think we're going to have to go with this colour for the rest of the armour, I think. And we can switch it around later if it doesn't work. But I do have to try and keep it consistent throughout the faction, so yeah, I think that's going to look good actually. You know what? This is great streaming this, because I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to you. Spearman says, I hear you there. Every once in a while I sit down with some old 90s comics and just admire the art. It makes me want to do comics. just gotta find some. I think I need to pull out my old books again and just pretend like I'm 12 and relive my childhood. Basically, read Gen 13, put The Offspring on my headphones, or Metallica, or The Offspring, or Guns N' Roses, and read Gen 13. And that will like be nostalgia for me. Anarchy says, are you going to colour her eyes pink or pink and blue? Well, I've got some reference I need to abide by, so yeah, she's got no pupils at the moment, but that'll change. She's going to have normal eyes. There might be a little bit pinky irises, whatnot, but we'll see. What are you saying, Jenny? I missed your comment. Too busy to look around. I see what you mean. Hell yeah, Metallica and Offspring were a jam in high school. Yes. Yeah, no shame. Love me some Offspring. Then I got into real punk, but I'll always have a soft spot for the Offspring. Their album Ignition, hot damn, it's good stuff. Before they went like a bit more commercial. I sound like such a wanker saying that, but you know, it was a bit more raw and a bit more energetic, that album. I learnt how to play that album on guitar. Used to just rock out by myself. Playing along to the music. After Gen 13, there was obviously Danger Girl, which when J. Scott Campbell left Gen 13, stopped drawing interiors, I was so upset. I was like, you can't do this to me. My world was ending. I tried to stick with Gen 13 after that, and they got into the Alien story arc, which was weird, but like I was really into aliens as well. Super into aliens and UFOs and all paranormal stuff, so yeah, it was just such a good time. 1997, my friends, favorite year of all time. Not that I've been around all time, but you know what I'm saying. Oh my god, I'm hungry, I'm just rambling. Okay, let's get this in. What else do we need to do? I'm not sure. Oh, what happened here? I did that and now it's disappeared. Sometimes Procreate does that and I don't know if I'm doing it or what's happened, but something I do just disappears and it's like, am I going crazy? Quite possibly. Spearman says, didn't Gen 13 do the whole Fires from Heaven crossover with all the other Image comics? It did. For some reason, though, I didn't get in on that. I wish I did, actually, because it sounds like such a cool thing. I think I was poor. That's why. I was poor. I couldn't afford a lot of comics. All my pocket money would just go to, like, 2 or 3 comics at the time. Or maybe even 1, and that was Gen 13. So, but yeah, man, I miss 90s Image comics. It was so, like, maybe it's because I was so young, but it felt exciting. And nothing's really felt exciting like that since. Just kind of a bit disappointing. But yeah, could you imagine like a new comic book company that would come out and would make brand new original things that were cool, like we used to have? I don't know. I'm sure there is cool stuff out there. I don't know. Nothing will much grabs my attention these days, and I'm not quite sure why that is. I think it's probably, like I said before, a me problem, not a that problem. Dempsey says maybe it's that happens to me in progress sometimes. 2-finger tap is undo if you haven't changed it, and yeah, that's correct. Maybe I'm just undoing by accident. Highly possible. I do like this color for the cloak. I think that super duper works. I'm pretty okay with that. Where are we going to put this pink color though? Pants. Yeah, probably the pants. The great thing is I can switch this around pretty easily once I've put in the solid colors here. And I'm kind of doing it all in different layers, and I'm going underneath each time, so it just makes it easier to just fill in and not worry about going over things by accident. Do I want to add? No. I think what I do want to do... Yeah, I think this needs to be the same color. Ooh, I've already seen some mistakes here. So let's just fix that up real quick. There was something else. And I've forgotten. Aha, that's it. It's quite possible that this needs to be that color too. Yeah, I think it does. Spearman says the comic shop I had sold them for $1 a piece, but that was in 2008. Oh wow. Do you regret selling them? Jenny says if games are any indication, then it's independent games, or in this case artists that put out exciting stuff. Yeah, I think you're right. It's probably more like independent creators working on passion projects is probably the best stuff out there. Angela, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Get a good sleep, and maybe we'll see you next Friday. Oh, right, Spearman. Gotcha. You were buying them for $1 a piece. Nice. Okay, so it's at this point I'm trying to figure out if we're on the right track here. Looking at the whole thing overall, I think we need some brown probably in here. Maybe even there. Maybe on the hands too. Maybe. Maybe not. That might just look a bit too weird. Yeah, I think we'll just forget that. What are you guys thinking? If you have any suggestions for the color scheme here, let me know. Because I'm not 100% sold just yet on what I'm doing. I do think maybe the hands should be that color. The name of the band we are listening to now is called ASCII. Just chuck that into Spotify and you will find him or her. I think it's a him. It's possible that maybe this should be all colored in. Yeah, I think so. Ooh, okay, alright. What are we doing here? Let's get these eyes in here. Talking about eyes, guys. Eyes, guys. Getting them in the right place can drive you mad. Absolutely mad. Spearman says, your line weight is so clean and dynamic. What are your thoughts about line weight? I've found that sometimes thickening objects that are close to you in space makes it look better for some reason. That's true. That is a theory. Things that are closer to the camera, you don't have to, but you can make pretty much the border of the object thicker in line weight, and that kind of tricks the eye into thinking that it's closer. It just kind of like stands out more, basically. I generally try and kind of keep that in mind, but it's mostly the outlines of objects that are thicker than anything inside. So a good example is the hair here, like any line that goes on the outside of the character is thicker than any of the small details inside. I am not going to flip this on stream. I will flip it later and I'll fix it up. I'm not prepared to do that here because I know there's going to be hell of problems. Jenny Miller says the fluffy pants and sleeves are kind of a fleshy colour. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We don't want that. But we can see her flesh up here is visibly different. I I need to try and get that colour in there though, that's the problem, so I don't know where to do that. Unless we changed it to like... That's too close to the other thing. Unless we did it like half-half. Or stripes. She could have stripes. Stripy pants? Nah. I don't... Maybe a little seam or something. Oh, I forgot to do the thing there. Oh, what colour am I going to do that? I still need to add the glyphs and things on her outfit here. It's hard to decide. Yeah, maybe just some more stripes. What do you reckon? Maybe if we just did like kind of like pinstripes. I don't hate it, so we'll go with that for the moment. I wonder if I missed any comments here. If I did miss any comments or questions, post them again. Abby, do you want her outfit colours to contrast her sword or match it? It's a good question because it's not working right now, is it? Like it's just not. I mean, we could go dark instead of light, so duplicate that. Well, that kind of works a bit better already, actually, just in terms of like visibility. That's not what I meant to do. Turn that off for a sec. What I meant to do was this one. What do you think about that? Maybe with the cloak being the lighter color instead, and maybe that chest piece done as well. I think it works with the sword better because everything was too light, but at the same time it might not be better, so... I'm just going to try this out and see how we go here. Oh my god, what have I done? I've done some things on the wrong layers again. Terrible. Apparently I'm supposed to be a professional. Jeepers. Did my stripes on the wrong layer. Alright, so let's change that to light. Duplicate it. Thoughts. I need your thoughts. Spearman says, I think it looks cool, but now the chest plate looks like different material than all the other plates. True, probably needs a bit more yellow bordering or something. Abby says, I think the armor parts should be silver. Her clothes can stay yellow and purple. Yes, this is getting complicated. It's not usually this hard, but this one is a little bit tricky. Let's turn that off. Let's turn... So many layers now. Where are your clothes? I'm missing. There's too many layers and I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Maybe that works. What is this? There it is. Cheeky. It's getting messy now because I've just been mucking around trying to figure out this. Little bit tricky, guys. I think we're almost there, though. Just change that. Make this a lighter brown. We will go back here and we'll add our lines. And then I think we need to change the cloak. I think that's the last thing. Dempsey says, what if the cloak was the lighter pink colour, same as the cloth from the waist? Yeah, that's worth a shot. Actually, I think I like that. Well said, Dempsey. You've solved it for me. Thank you so much. The only other thing before I sign off on that is I think we need a bit more of this down here. And it pains me to even look at these feet, to be honest with you. But I think it just needs a little something. Just a little something something, you know? So it's not completely neglected from the yellow. Probably could go even further and do the caps. I think I will actually. Oh my goodness, right, I think I'm going to call it. Let's get rid of that. I still might do some liquefying to fix some of these proportions and whatnot. But the next step would be changing the line art color, so I'll just do a little bit of that and we'll probably wrap it up soon, I think. And she's got really light hair, so I think I'm going to change all of the colors here. Maybe. Don't do that often with the outlines of things. I usually keep the outlines quite black, usually quite bold. Oh, and also I need to change. Yeah, this is gonna look weird as heck, but she's supposed to be albino and the reference material had it's not working right. White eyelashes, currently not working for us at all. I'm not going to completely abandon that idea though. We're going to keep trying. I just might need to change some of the other colours. I mean, she's supposed to look a little weird. No offense to any albinos out there. But clearly that looks wrong. I get that. Yeah, I blame you, Andrew. This is your idea. Yellowish like the hair. Yeah, that might be the way. It's either that or kind of like make this look so weird. And like the reason you can't, it looks super weird is because you can't see it. So I'm just going to quickly just change a little bit of the color here. And then if we make this a little darker, at least you can see them now. I don't know if that really looks any good at all, but I just want them to be black. I think I'm just gonna have to make a compromise here and go like this. So they're not black, but they're not white. I think this is what I'm gonna have to do for the moment. It's not exactly ideal, but you know, it just, that wasn't looking right, so. Thank you, Yemi. Appreciate it. Dempsey says silver like the armor for the eyelashes. I think it's still going to look a bit weird. But actually, yeah, maybe silver would be better rather than such a dark brown. Should have drawn them on a different layer. It would have been much easier to just play around with the color of those. Ah, well. We'll come back to your lips, lady. I think the outline needs to be just a bit more vibrant and bold, so that it matches the rest a little bit more. Abby says, just make a drop shadow underneath her lash and on the white of her eyeball. Yeah, I'm probably just going to end up playing around with that quite a bit when it comes to like the rendering. Slow and steady wins the race, my friends. But yeah, we probably should wrap it up soonish. I'll just push on a little bit further here. Welcome in, Tammy. How you doing? It's going to be tricky to... Sometimes it is tricky to decide what lines to colour and what lines not to, but generally as a rule I tend to stick to all the outlines, or yeah, all the outlines generally black, to make sure that it's easy to read and it's not too time consuming, because I don't want to be changing every colour. It's just, yeah, it takes too long. And I'm not sure if it's needed. For a lot of the times it's not really needed. But for the hair, I kind of feel like it is, because it's just so light. I'm doing a poor job of that. Spewman says, do you play D&D? If so, do you have any stories? No, unfortunately not. I've only played D&D once, and it was the Stranger Things D&D campaign. But it was really fun. We did the whole thing and it took us 12 hours in one sitting to get through it. Actually, I feel like that needs to be darker. Yeah, I definitely want to play more D&D. I just don't really have anybody to play with at the moment, so the people I know who do play it, they live a little bit far away, a couple of hours drive away, and they're already in campaigns that have been going for a long time, so they did talk about me like coming in as like a guest character, NPC, or whatever you want to call them. So that could be fun. So yeah, I'm just streamlining this process here using the marquee tool, and I'm really only leaving the outlines of some of these objects black. And I think that will work in our favor. I think that looks pretty cool. We used to pull all dayers back in high school. Oh, that sounds fun. I was too busy trying to be a cool kid in high school. I don't think I ever really succeeded at that, but D&D wasn't really a thing. As far as I was aware, in Australia, growing up. It probably was in the right social circles, but I was never introduced to D&D until much later in life. Oh my goodness, I think that's almost done. That's exciting. What am I going to do for lunch though? That's also very exciting. I feel like just getting takeaway because I'm so hungry at this point. I could eat anything. Oops, don't do that. I do have to go out to the post office anyway, so maybe I will get lunch out somewhere. Although I think I've missed lunch. It's almost 3 o'clock. Whoops. And I also missed that bit of gold line work there. Let's just fix that real quick. There we go. Yeah, it's much quicker doing it with the marquee tool. I should have done that from the start. Still need to add some things on the pauldrons there. I'll probably just add some glyphs, I think, for the meantime, until I get any directions from the client in terms of if the faction has a symbol to use, because I don't know if they do. And there's more gold, I forgot. Gosh damn. Live, breathe, and eat the art. Unfortunately, I don't think that works. I have a terrible time focusing when I'm hungry. Mr. B says, I played once and was told I was not welcome back. Mr. B, I played with you. That is the campaign I was actually talking about. Mr. B was there, and I did not have a problem with you, Mr. B. Just saying, just putting that out there. As controversial as that is, you play D&D like you play every game, which is, I don't know the best way to describe it, but you like to know the game, and you like to win, and you do everything in your power to do so. It's fine. I don't mind. I thought you were hilarious in that game. So yeah, Mr. B, if you want to play D&D, we can play. Let's find some other people, and we'll give it a go. Then again, who has the time? Do we have the time? I'm not sure. We could find the time, I'm sure we could do that. More gold trim. Right, am I done the gold trim? Almost. Just a little bit there, that'll do. And then I just need to do this bit. Oh boy. Spinman says finding a good D&D group is like finding a relationship. Yes, I think that's probably true. My group growing up didn't do role playing. We just kicked in the door, killed, then looted. Yeah. Well, I guess people want to play the game differently. Some people would want to take it more seriously. Other people might just want to make a joke out of the whole thing and just have fun and laugh. So yeah, I guess it's about just finding your people who play the game how you also want to play the game. All right. What a slog that was to try and get it to this point. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Freya. Oh, Belinda. Oh, Belinda's in here. Welcome, Belinda. I found a Melbourne D&D Facebook group and found a group of strangers to play with there. Oh, that's cool. Harp says I've been a part of a local gaming group for 20 years. Yeah, that seems to be like this is something that has worked well for people, is finding a group to play with. I think we need probably some adjustments in here. Might just group everything up. Is it going to let me... Yeah, we've got heaps of layers available. Yeah, it's fine. You can liquefy a whole group, which is what I'm about to do, but you got to make sure that the... what do you call it? Not clipping mask. Alpha lock. All the alpha locks need to be turned off in order to do that. I'm going to delete some layers too. All things are off. And now we can do crazy things. Whee! Belinda says, I left my last group because the DM thought my inability to remember all the spells and actions of a paladin meant I wasn't interested. Like, for a new player, I'm gonna really struggle with that. It's gonna take me ages. Mr. B knows this because whenever we play board games, people tell me the rules and they just go straight through my brain, and it takes me, like, I actually have to play the game and slowly I'm slow. I need to be like physically playing the game to understand the game, so it takes me a while to actually get it. It's just how I am, I'm sorry. But yes, so now we can push things around if we want to. I don't know if I'm going to do this, I just wanted to play around. I do like the legs a bit better though. Go with the reconstruct brush. There we go. Alright, subtle difference, but I think she actually looks better. I hope you agree. Maybe not so much. I think she looks better. And it's okay if we decide not, because I've got a previous version underneath. But I like it a little better, so I'm gonna keep going with that. Oh my goodness. So the next thing we would do, we are gonna wrap it up in like 10 minutes or so. But just to show you what the next thing I would do, which you probably know because you've seen me do this a million times, but some of you may have not. So we would make a new layer, chuck it on multiply, and start doing some shadows over the whole thing. And this is why I do use clipping masks for everything, because where's my pencil, pen, ink, brush, whatever it's called. Yeah, so picking like generally a purpley color. I do change that sometimes. Chuck it on multiply, chuck the opacity down, and then you can just paint pretty much over everything, get those shadows in there. But when you put it on clipping mask, it just goes on the character, which is what we want. Can start just popping in some shadows here and there. It seems pretty strong there now, doesn't it? And then I use the tilt sketch brush with the smudge tool to kind of blend it in. I don't know if we're going to keep the eyes like this either, so please bear with me with that. That could change. Where is our light source coming from? Oh god. I don't want to make this any more complicated than it really needs to be, so I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to do a general light source from the top left. I think if I try and make the sword glow, it's just going to get too much. So I'm not going to bother trying to do that with this one. But this is one of my favorite parts. I love doing this. Dempsey says, poll to see if it flipped before you go on stream. No, we're not flipping today. Not flipping. I will flip off stream. Oh god. It's gonna look terrible and I'm gonna hate it, and that's gonna be like not fun. I can hate myself off stream, but hating myself on stream's not good. Ooh, actually I saw something. We forgot to change those lines. Okay. You know what? I would have flipped it in the sketch phase, and if I didn't, I'm an idiot. Goose, can you stop making that noise, please? Go on out. Go on. The internet does not want to hear you licking yourself. Abby says, are you going to try and turn the lashes back to white after you're done shading? I will try. I'm just gonna mess around with it for a little while and see what works the best. You guys are gonna make me flip this. Oh. Fine, we're gonna flip it. I'm scared. I'm so scared. We're gonna have to liquefy. I know it. Okay. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Truth be told. Don't think it looks great though. I don't think it looks great, but I don't think... Goddamn Alpha Lock. What's doing that? Okay. Okay. Oop. It's nice to see it because I can tell the composition needs a little bit of work. I mean, the face is a tough one because I'm not used to drawing this fringe that covers the complete eyebrows, you know. Are you glad I flipped it? Are you proud of me? I did it. I just hope it doesn't look terrible. Korea watching later will be more satisfied now. Yeah, that's true, Jenny. Spearman said, I'm so glad you did flip it because I was wondering how you fix paintings. I always have to spend so much time straight repainting, and I want to say, yeah, Liquify, man. Seriously, Liquify is the best tool ever, and it's so easy to use in Procreate. It's just so intuitive, so freaking easy. I find it actually it does. My copy of Photoshop is not working properly, so whenever I go into Liquify in Photoshop, all the menu is like disappeared. So I can't do it even in Photoshop, but in here it's just like it's a lifesaver, really. I kind of wish I could redo the hair. I'm not really happy with how thin that is at the ends there, but I think she came out okay. But we did just change a fair bit, so I think we need to flip it back and make sure it looks okay the other way, and I think it does. Let's just change the adjustments here. Yeah, I think that looks better, except for maybe her face. I think her face has changed too much, and I don't really like that. So I'm going to go in here and just, not do that. I'm going to reconstruct her face here because I kind of liked it before. So we've just changed her shoulder. We've made her chest sort of more in line. It just looks better to me, I think. And I've changed the cloak because the composition, it just looked better the other way around. So flip it again. It's acceptable. It's to an acceptable standard, I think. Thank you so much, Joseph, for popping in. Have a great weekend. And yeah, so now I'm happy. Thank you for pushing me to do that, guys. I appreciate it. It's always just a bit scary, but there we go. All right, we've got a couple of minutes left. We'll just continue doing a few shadows here. As I was saying before we flip, this is my favourite part of the drawing, is basically giving the whole thing depth, figuring out where the light's coming from, just bringing the whole piece together, popping certain bits out by putting other things in shadow. Like I want that arm to be more visible, so I'm going to put lots of shadow underneath here so that that one pops out more. I'm going to push this cloak back there. I'm going to blend it in a little. And yeah, it's like super efficient way of adding shadows just by one layer, because you can just do it like so quickly. And it's good to do it, it's good to zoom out and do it quickly, because you don't want to get bogged down by details too much. Who was that? Hello, Renato, thank you for subscribing. Oops. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the stream today, guys. I've enjoyed having you along for the journey here. You guys have actually really helped me, as you always do, with figuring out some decisions about this piece, which is a little bit trickier than I thought it would be. But I think she's turning out pretty well after all that. Where's my chat gone? There it is. Yemi says, you made stupendous progress in these last hours. It's surprising how quickly it comes together once you once I get the flat colors finished, and to start, it's a quick process from here on out, I feel. We've done all the hard work, so this is just the fun bits. I may end up changing that colour for the hair, because it's could look nicer if it's more of a yellowy than a purple. Excuse me. But yes, that is how we will continue this off stream. Then we go to highlights and whatnot, but it's almost finished. So what are we on? We're on 4 hours and 18 minutes. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. But there's more details to be added. There's glyphs and stuff in I don't know what you would call it, this thing. Onopauldrons. Adding a shadow. I might just do that now just to wrap it up. Just generally just chuck in a basic kind of shadow down here. Oops. Something like that. And there we have it. So it's almost finished. I'm sorry I couldn't finish the whole thing completely today, but I need to go and eat. Definitely have to do that. Andrew says, I think we learned quite a bit from your stream, so thank you as well. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Jenny says, were you thinking chat would pick dwarf or bird person? I was thinking maybe it would have been the dwarf or Prefecta Edis, which I know she looks super messy, but I think she's going to turn out pretty fun. I'm going to enjoy doing her. Because, you know, no feet to draw. And her hands are pretty cool. I like drawing old people hands because they're all like weird and knobbly and whatnot. You know, like that thing. I'm going to have fun with all of the rest. I think the hardest ones... Yeah. This guy's pretty boring. I'm not super interested in him, but he's got to be done. But overall, I think it's going to come out okay. So, is there any other questions? Let me have a look. Belinda says, I need to get on earlier. I missed quite a bit. Even the last couple of minutes are super helpful. Oh, thank you. Well, the replay should be posted on YouTube, so you can go back and watch if you want to do that. Dempsey says, I think I need to get the Able Essentials 2 pack to add to my brush collection. I have your first set, but not the second. Yes, I think maybe you should. $3 at the moment. Cheap. Belinda says, yep. Okay. All right, cool. I think that's it for me today, so I'm going to head off. Got food to eat and post office to get to. Oh boy. And a stretch. Maybe go for another walk. So thanks again for joining me. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. Like, you make working so much better. So I will catch you most likely next Friday. Can't 100% guarantee it, but we should be back. I don't know what we're going to work on next Friday, but who knows? I'll let you guys know as soon as I know. Oh, and the link for the Discord I will grab to you as soon as the stream ends. Alright, so I'll paste it in the chat. So until next time, thank you so much again, and I will see you soon. You guys rock. Have a great Thanksgiving weekend. Bye.